Welcome to the Lawrence Free State Freshman Enrollment Information PowerPoint. We're glad you're with us. We're looking forward to working with our future Free State Firebirds, and this is information for parents that we've already provided to the incoming 9th graders at the middle schools. The enrollment process will begin starting this Friday, March the 1st at Central Middle School. West will come the following week on Wednesday, and Southwest the following week on Thursday. And Southwest folks, we haven't been to you yet for our pre-enrollment, but we hope to do that this Thursday if the weather cooperates. We'd like to go over some of the graduation requirements to get a diploma from Free State High School. Before I continue, just let me tell you that all of this information is included in the course description book, which is available online at the school's website and the district website. To graduate from Free State High School, a student will need 4 years of English, and that's taken every year 9 through 12. 3 years of math. They'll need to take it at least in 9, 10, and 11, and we would encourage students going to college to continue math their 12th grade year. Science for 3 years, again 9 through 11. Social studies, they'll need a half year their freshman year, and then full years 10, 11, and 12, for a total of 3.5. They need a full year of PE. The required health class comes next year in 9th grade. A full year of fine arts, and then 7.5 of electives, for a grand total of 23 required credits. So, freshman requirements for next year. Every freshman will need to take English 9 or Advanced English 9 for the entire year. They'll need to take a math class for the entire year, a science class for the entire year, and most will be taking either biology or advanced biology, a semester of civics, a semester of health, and then electives, making up 6 semesters. When the students sit down to actually enter their course requests, some of the classes, their core classes, will be pre-enrolled for them based on test scores, teacher recommendations, and their current classes. The ones with asterisks here, which you'll see, English, math, and science. We've received recommendations from our principal and teachers, and they'll already have the English, math, and science classes selected for them. They'll be enrolled in a civics class for a semester and a health class for a semester. An additional PE class is optional. We always get questions about what do we need to take to make sure we qualify for the Kansas Board of Regents qualified admissions. And of course for this group, the class of 2017, things look a little different, specifically if they're interested in attending the University of Kansas. But to just summarize here, a student will need to achieve an ACT composite score of 21 or above, or an SAT score of 980 on math and critical reading, or rank in the top 1/3 of the high school's graduating class, and GPA-wise that's probably about a 3.6. One of those 3 that I just mentioned, and complete the following qualified admissions curriculum with at least a 2.0 grade point average. So one of those 3 plus the qualified admissions curriculum with at least a 2.0. And the qualified admissions curriculum looks like this. 4 years of English, 3 years of natural science, and in those 3 years there must be at least 1 year of chemistry or physics, 3 years of social studies, and then math is a little complicated. Let me walk you through this. 4 years of math is required if there's a minimum of Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, and 1 class beyond, or they can have 3 years of math if there's an ACT score of 22 or better. And again, a minimum of Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2. So again, if they score a 22 on the ACT math, they just need 3, at least through Algebra 2. If they do not score a 22, they need 4 years of math through Algebra 2 and 1 beyond. And then the following category here, 3 electives from the 4 categories, or from fine arts, which is required anyway in Lawrence, foreign language, computers, finance, journalism, speech, or career in tech ed. This particular class, this group of ninth graders, is going to need to have a new admissions requirement for KU. They'll need to complete the Regents curriculum with at least a 2.0 and have a 24 ACT with an overall GPA of 3 or a 21 ACT with an overall GPA of 3.25. Again, for this particular class, this group of ninth graders, for KU admissions, above and beyond the Regents requirements, they need a 24 ACT with a GPA of 3.0 or a 21 ACT with a GPA of 3.25. When it comes time to select courses, just a few reminders. The enrollment form, or what they're filling out online, these are simply requests, no guarantee that they will get the classes exactly that they want. We hope that's the case. Teachers are hired and classes are formed based on student requests. Keep in mind, class changes are very difficult to make. Once we finally get a schedule for the students, pretty difficult to make some changes. So please choose electives thoughtfully. Look to make sure, because some courses, electives in specific, may have applications or contracts that need to be filled out, and many courses have prerequisites. Please check those carefully. Here's a sample freshman schedule. You'll notice the first 4 pretty much required. They're the core classes. Every student will be taking some version of English both semesters, a math both semesters. It may be Algebra 1, it may be Geometry, it may be Algebra 2. A science both semesters. Most will be in some form of biology. A civics for 1 semester and a health class for 1 semester. And the rest of them listed here are simply electives. They could do an additional PE class, a drafting class, and this student would have selected band and Spanish. And notice if it's a year-long class, such as foreign language or music, it needs to be listed in both the fall and the spring semester. For your elective choices, please select 6, and again, year-long classes count as 2, and choose at least 6 alternates in case the first choices don't schedule. Here's a grouping of other elective choices. Notice we have many categories here. There's PE with a health requirement, plenty of art, from the theater and oral communication, of course the world language, and the music electives. And these are all classes that are available to ninth graders. We have a variety of career pathways, even more elective options here. You'll notice there's agriculture, architecture, audiovisual technology. These are listed in the course description book alphabetically, and under each category you'll find electives available to ninth graders. There is some overlap between departments. You may find a class, for instance, that appears in architecture and construction and may appear in another category later on. That's deliberate. That would mean that class fits in both career pathways. And here's the rest of the career pathways. We hope that you're using your Skyward Family Access. You can follow your students' grades and attendance online. And we'd ask, if you already have set it up, you can continue to use your current district password. We would like for you to look and check the student's request, your student's request, after they have enrolled to make sure that is what you and your student talked about taking, that there's no deviation from your discussion. If you have not set up an account with Skyward, please contact the school for activation. We would just need a current active email address and we can get you going. Every year we get questions from parents and students, why didn't I get the class I asked for? There could be a number of reasons for this. The most common problem we have is 2 classes having to be taught at the same time. so we'd have to choose one class or the other. Sometimes we have insufficient enrollment to offer the class, and generally we look to have at least a dozen people. The class may already be full of students, or the class could just be a funding casualty. We didn't have enough staffing to offer that class. Here are some resources for information. Of course, the course description book is online at the district website and of course the Free State website. We welcome your calls to us, Free State counselors, anytime. And of course the Free State High School website is listed here. The current counselor assignments, last names A through E, Brian Duncan, F through K, Joel Frederick, L through Q, Tina Mitchell, and R through Z, Gay Wilson. Hope this has been informative and helpful. If you have any further questions, please contact us. Thanks.